I want to tell you about Doer. Go to doer.ca. That's DUER.ca. Use the code JesseBlake15. That's my name with 15 to get 15% off of your order today. I need to tell you about the Stay Dry denim jacket. It's a denim jacket, like a classic denim, but it's super stretchy and it has water-repelling DWR treatment. So it's denim, but it's water-repelling like any water-repellent material. It's incredible. Go check it out on doer.ca, DUER.ca. Jesse Blake 15 for 15% off of your order today. Think you know what way it's going to go? Make your bet at Sports Interaction. We're on the road to the Super Bowl, and Sports Interaction has you covered pregame, live betting on all major sports, and prop bets. Want to bet? Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. 19 plus. Please play responsibly.
Are you ready? Okay, I'm ready. The Jesse Blake Sports Report.
Really? Oh, wait, really? The Jesse Blake Sports Report. That's it?
Don't forget, it's the Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
That's kind of redundant.
Dude, is there a problem?
No, that's fine. I just, I thought maybe you guys would come up with something, good.
Man, just read it.
You know what? Doesn't matter to me. I get paid by the word. Let's do this.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake. Powered by Sports Interaction. Want to bet?
I want to hop on here briefly to talk about the Buffalo Bills and Stephon Diggs and everything that's transpired in Bills land with Bills Mafia in the last 48 hours since they lost 27-10 to the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday when they were outclassed in every aspect of the game in the divisional series matchup. It was really the better team won at the end of the day. Like, we saw that the Bengals are another tier of team than the Buffalo Bills. And Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen on the sideline during that game, they got into it. And it was mainly a screaming match of Diggs at Josh Allen because of how unhappy he was at how the game was going and how it looked like the Bills were going to lose it by midway through the second. And Diggs had 10 targets, but only 4 catches for 35 yards, which is just not what you want out of your star wide receiver on an elimination day when your season is Super Bowl and bust. And that's where I think we need to start with this whole narrative, because on this show we like to start from the very beginning and explain everything that's going on and contextualize what's happening and then give my thoughts on the situation. And what's happening here is we got to go all the way back to the 2020 AFC Championship game, where I think the story truly begins, because that season the Buffalo Bills went 13-3. It was the first year of the Super Bowl window for the Buffalo Bills, and in that AFC Championship game, they were outclassed by the Kansas City Chiefs. The game ended in a no doubt we know the Chiefs are better than the Bills way, and after that season, it was, okay, we're going to regroup. We have this high-flying offense. We're building something really great here with Brian Daboll as the offensive coordinator, and Sean McDermott has been fantastic as a head coach. And we come back, 2021 season now, one of the Super Bowl favorites, the Bills. It's Super Bowl or bust, year 2. One of the greatest moments in NFL playoff history. Some people argue it's one of the best games of all time in football in the NFL history. The 13 seconds that destroyed the Bills and their entire season in the AFC divisional round last year. 13 seconds literally changed the rules of football, because the Bills don't get to touch it in overtime. There's the iconic photo of Stephon Diggs watching the Chiefs celebrate in 2021, and that's what this entire thing led up to. Those redemption for those 13 seconds. This regular season, the Bills got the victory over the Chiefs in the regular season. That was a part of the redemption arc. It was supposed to be leading up until this coming Sunday, when they would face off again in a neutral site. It's the Super Bowl, because whoever comes out of this game is going to win the Super Bowl. And it didn't happen, because the Bills, somewhere along the line, they never really put it all together. Somewhere between allowing Skylar Thompson of the Miami Dolphins to keep them in the game during Wild Card weekend, in between losing to the Vikings and the Jets, and they didn't have it, and they never fully put it together this season. And that 2-year build, the 3-year build to this moment where they lose to the Cincinnati Bengals, is what Stephon Diggs is frustrated about. And as I mentioned, Sunday, he gets in a screaming match with Josh Allen. After the game, he leaves the entire stadium early. After the game, hightails it to the locker room, grabs his stuff, leaves the stadium. A Bills player comes out, they grab him, they say, Diggs, we gotta go back to the locker room. Sean McDermott hasn't even given his post-game speech. Get over here. Your team's waiting. He comes back to the He comes back into the stadium. He stays for McDermott's speech. Then it's gone. He has no time for anything. He's out of the stadium. He's gone. Monday, locker room clean out in Buffalo. Stefon Diggs is nowhere to be seen. Doesn't talk to the media once again. Monday night, we finally hear from him. We get 3 tweets. Diggs writes, want me to be okay with losing? Nah. Want me to be okay with our level of play when it's not up to the standard? Nah. It's easy to criticize my reaction more than the result. And Diggs he's an emotional dude, and he's just feeling what every Bills fan is feeling. They didn't play up to the ability that we thought the Bills could play. They're not who we thought they were. And whether you want to blame that on the offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, calling a poor game, I think. If you want to blame it on Josh Allen for overthrowing Stefon Diggs a couple times, him not having that extra level that we saw at a Burrow, like you'd want Josh Allen to really give himself up for this game, do the extra thing, whether it's you're staying in the pocket an extra second longer, whether it's scrambling more to get out of trouble. The offensive line did not have it, and Josh Allen couldn't handle it. The pressure got to him, and I mean the literal pressure of the D linemen coming at him. And the Bills didn't do it. They never looked like a team. In the back half of the year and through those first 2 weeks of the playoffs, they never looked like a team that could challenge for the Super Bowl. I thought eventually it'll come together and it'll look like the 2021 Bills. And it never materialized. So Stefon Diggs' anger comes out of that 3-year build to that moment where you're just like, where are they? You'd think you'd show up for this. But they don't have the pieces right now. I think they struggle with that secondary wide receiver slot. Like, I get Isaiah McKenzie and Gabe Dave are good talents, but you need a wide receiver too. You need a substantial running game. And the defense was very poor in these big moments. They don't have an ability to stop a team with a lot of weapons. So there's a lot of anger here with Bills Mafia and the players, clearly, but that doesn't mean that they're not just a couple tweaks away from getting back to this same point and contending for a Super Bowl once again. It seems to be an easy fix. I think it's a relatively easy fix for the Bills. But if you understand the journey that it was to get to this moment, you understand that this loss is cataclysmic. But the fix to get back to this point will not be too difficult. And that's kind of where I land with the Buffalo Bills. Easy fixes. If we can get Ken Dorsey to call a better offense, if we can get Josh Allen to just look like prime Josh Allen, if we can get a couple more weapons to help out Stefon Diggs so he's not there in next year's playoffs yelling at his quarterback again, giving off Twitter tirades. All we're asking for is the Bills to play up to their potential, and they did not do it. So this offseason, it's on them to go get a couple more pieces so that in these moments they can live up to expectations, because they have it in them. It's just not quite there yet. And that's it. That's it. Those are my thoughts. That's it for today. I will be back later this week with more. Take care.
And that is how it's done.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake, powered by Sports Interaction. Want to bet?
Jesse Blake, the guy that likes to hear his name twice in one sentence. Sure, I know him. No, he doesn't have an ego at all.